got the wrong guy. I'm the dude, man.
It's Monday night. Don't adjust your sets. It's Around the Turnbuckle, and it's Big Al and my main man, Kurt, tonight. What's up, Kurt?
How's it going?
Now, I know there's a lag on my end. I've been having internet problems, so I don't mean to be fading in and out on everybody, but, we were supposed to have one Lance Marshalls, the referee, and as you know, Kurt, you know him very well. It seems like he's fashionably late.
Every time. Yep.
Every time. All right, let's get some comments. I got comments right here.
Already?
A bunch of them already. Looky at this. It's the Kurt and Lance show with Big Al. Yeah, that'd be true, Dave, if Lance Marshalls was here. I've said for years, and the professor makes fun of me, Lance Marshalls can't count to 3. Apparently, he can't tell time either.
Well, as the camera guy, I always show up.
What's up, kids? Hello, kids. What's up, Chris? I hope you enjoyed night 2 of SummerSlam. I know night 1 was a little disappointing. Chris is a big Brock Lesnar fan, so he really wanted, but we all kind of knew that Obafemi was going to win that. We'll talk about that in a minute. About to go live. We are live, man. We are live, and it's Monday night. What's up, Dazzling Dez? What's up, Wes? What's up, everybody? Love it. Love the support. Andy, how you doing, Andy? How you feeling, bud? All right. What was that? Kurt refused to watch. Yeah, he did. He totally did. All right, your kids are already tearing you apart. All right. Question number 1, while we're waiting for Lance Marshalls to show up. Andy, Al, SWO misses you. Thank you for saying that. I've been hearing from the fans a lot, and I appreciate each and every one of you reaching out. I'm doing good. If SWO ever wants me, they know how to get a hold of me. Did you watch SummerSlam? Did you watch night 1 and night 2, or did you just watch one or the other?
I watched bits and pieces of both. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the elephant in the room. Last night on night 2, they really started off really well, I thought, because I think there was a lot of complaints about night 1. I was reading all over the internet, man. Night 1 was boring. It was predictable. Like, they really didn't, the Hell in a Cell match was okay when it could have been so much more. Punk and Cody was okay, even though it could have been so much more. But they hit the ball, they hit the ball out of the park last night, I heard. Take the Danhausen match out of it, because if you're either a fan of his or you're not, right? But
that's one of
the rest of the match is pretty much pretty. Go ahead. What'd you say?
Oh, I was saying that was one of the ones I watched, and I very much enjoyed it. Human Money's on a pole.
Right. Human Money's on a pole match. Some people like that kind of thing. Some people don't. I personally did not see the match. Like you, I kind of pick and choose what I wanted to watch. And, man, that fatal 4-way. Okay, so it was supposed to be Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor for the number 1 contender for the title. And so Nick Aldis got reinstated as general manager. So he comes in and he makes it a fatal 4-way, adding Gunther, which was kind of a thank you to Gunther probably for the match he had with him the night before. And then Kevin Owens returned, which he was one of those injuries where he was on the fence about whether he's going to come back or not. And I guess, they talked him into it or he talked himself into it. I don't know which.
He's such a huge fan, he talked himself.
He said post-match that Rebel, the thing going on with Rebel, the ALS that she's fighting, kind of inspired him to get back in the ring because here's a girl who's fighting ALS and had his ailments, but the doctors have told him take it very careful. Does that mean he can't take, like, power bombs off the top ropes through a table? Probably not. You know what I mean?
But he's always been one big on. I feel like he tells a story in his matches, so he doesn't need those moves.
You're right.
Yeah. So I think he'll
he
if he decides to keep going.
Oh yeah, and he got the win. So now he's got his eyes on, I guess, CM Punk.
Mm-hmm. They should be some good.
Another thing that stuck out to me. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I know we got a delay between us.
Sorry about that. Yeah. No, I was just saying that should be a good series of matches. Those guys can really tell a story, getting those into a major feud in WWE might actually make it a little entertaining. I have a hard time tuning in each week. I try to keep up on this, but it's hard to find a story I really dig into. Like Danhausen, just I enjoy that type of comedy when it's known that this is going to be a comedy act, and just let them have fun and run with it as far as they can. But yeah, there's just
good shout out to Mr. Ping right there. What's up, Mr. Ping?
Oh, yeah.
He said he has 2 years left, maybe, as far as Kevin Owens goes. Yeah, Kevin Owens said he's got like 2 years left, maybe.
Well, I'm glad the guys are thinking for retirements. Like, hey, I did all this stuff. I'm not going to cripple myself to stay there.
Right. Yeah, I agree. So there was that. Another big highlight for me from night 2 was Chelsea Green winning the ladder match. The ladder match itself wasn't the greatest women's ladder match I've ever seen, but that moment that was given to her after all her hard work, after the, building this character and getting over with the fans, not easy to do when she was brought in as a heel. And she was supposed to be the annoying, like, brat type, like, I'm full of myself type, with an entourage and all that, like the bodyguards and Piper Niven and all that stuff. And then she gets from there to actually, becoming one of their bigger stars as far as the women's division goes, and then wins the women's championship. I know it's an interim. I know she's just holding it warm for Rhea Ripley, whatever, but I was happy for her. How do you feel about it?
It's always good, but the whole interim thing,
I don't like.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I am very much strip the person, give them title shot when they come back. Like, that should be like the first thing. Person's healed. We have former champion versus champion. Decide who's the real champion. But those. You got to have an exciting tournament. I don't really know if they have. They probably have enough depth now to do a decent tournament.
What's up, Retro Vibes? How are you?
I hate when they do the battle royals and so forth to try to determine a new champion. It's just like, that's not even what the championship's about,
Right. And speaking of champions, we have a brand new in WWE. We have a brand new Intercontinental champion. Big moment for Chad Gable. What'd you think of that match between him and Penta? Did you see it?
I did not see that match. I heard good things about that match.
I want to watch it in its entirety, but I saw the highlights.
Yeah, but he has seemed to just, with the whole under the mask thing, he worked. He deserves the championship. He's solid.
The whole Grande Americano thing. Yeah. A whole new level. Like a whole new level. And I think Chad deserves it. I mean, he's worked really hard. And to do it in front of his family and his friends in Minnesota was even more. That's usually something WWE doesn't do. Like, they usually don't. It's almost a gimme, unless you're CM Punk, that the hometown guy is going to lose at home, usually with WWE.
Yes. Well, that's that whole TKO Vince not, like, because I'm still surprised Brock lost.
Right.
Like, if Vince was still there, there's no way that would have ever happened. Like, I
So
don't care who.
if you guys are tuning in, I'm seeing a bunch. Not to interrupt you, Kurt, but as you guys are tuning in looking for Lance Marshall's. Lance Marshall's has an open. I sent him the link. He can come on anytime if he's watching this, or if somebody from his family is watching this. Get a hold of the guy and say, "Hey, you're supposed to be on around Turnbuckle Monday at 6. Remember, Kurt and I are going to talk about SummerSlam for the next 15, 20 minutes, and then we're out of here." So Lance has his shot at an interview, but I can't. So Chris says, loved that they brought back Baron Corbin. Yes, he was wrestling in Mexico. Yes, and I hope he sticks around too. I'm so glad that not only did they bring him back, but they didn't bring him back to be Happy Corbin, or they didn't bring him back to be some weird gimmick. He's Baron freaking Corbin, and they put him right in the United States Championship. Boom. So he's the United States champion. So now Trick Williams can kind of chase him, and they can have a bit of a feud.
Yeah, I kind of question WWE stealing from Triple WA there with the furry belt, but I liked it.
Big moment for El Grande Americano. I mean, Chad Gable. Yes, it absolutely was. And again, like I said, night 2, I think from what I'm reading and what I've seen in the highlights, vastly outshined night 3. So then we get to the meat of the matter. I'm sorry, night 1. So then we get to the meat of the matter, and that is Roman versus Seth. Mixed reviews there. If you're a big fan of one guy or the other or both, then you love this match because it was probably the best match that they've had against each other, right? But if you're tired of seeing them wrestle, then I could see where you didn't really care. So did you watch that at all?
I did not watch that. I'm a big Seth Rollins fan. I've never been a Roman Reigns fan. But I appreciate, he can work. I just always felt he was overhyped, kind of like Lesnar. Lesnar could work. Lesnar was awesome. Lesnar became very one-dimensional, and I feel like that same thing happened to Roman Reigns. He very one-dimensional. You're okay. He's turning on someone or he's not. He's friends with someone or he's not. The character hasn't evolved in years. It's been the same character all this time.
Well, so was John Cena. John Cena was the same character.
Oh, absolutely. And some can do it. And I don't think I will not knock Roman Reigns on ability and staying power. He just wasn't for me. Cena of the two, I could totally understand Cena. Got annoyed with the wins, but he was still always entertaining, and he changed a bit over the years.
That's true. I mean, yeah, he did.
He could have a comedy match, could have a realistic match, but
right, he had that. He had that Funhouse match with Bray Wyatt.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so he could do it all. But as far as Roman, before we answer Chris's question down here, as far as Roman goes, Roman's Roman, all right, and he was forced down our throat for 5 or 6 straight years where he's main eventing WrestleMania after WrestleMania after WrestleMania because Vince believed he was their guy, right? And then Vince is gone, and now he's kind of still, he comes and goes. He'll come back for 3 months, he leaves, then he comes back for 3 months. And I think that's working because if you see the fans, even if they want him to lose, they're still chanting OTC. They're still buying the T-shirts. They're still, they still cheer when he wins, even if they know deep down they don't want him to. I wanted Seth Rollins to win that match, but I knew he wasn't going to. I didn't think they were going to put the title on Seth Rollins, not right now, anyway. And so the question that Chris has here is who's next for Obafemi? I mean, I hate to say this, but you're saying you don't want to push him too quick, but I'd put him with Roman right now. I would because
I would say hold off. Get someone who's like low high card. Someone. Well, see, the problem is they don't have the Jerichos anymore. They don't have some of those people who can make those other wrestlers. No. Like he needs a feud with someone who can talk and show another side of him. And I don't know if Roman would be that because they're too similar. Kind of like him and Brock kind of was boring to me.
I like Chris's idea of Drew McIntyre. I mean, I like his idea of Drew McIntyre.
McIntyre, yeah. He would be a good one. But like,
Chris wants him to earn. Like he just want him to beat. He just doesn't want him to beat Brock Lesnar 2 out of 3 matches and then automatically you're the number 1 contender. He wants Obafemi to earn that spot. But if you remember, he won the King of the Ring, so he should have had a title match during this PLE. So, did you hear Chelsea Green dedicating her win to Michael Hayes? That was funny.
Oh, nice. Freebirds.
Did you understand the? Yeah. Did you understand the meaning behind the dedicating it to Michael Hayes?
No.
So that's a if you know thing. But Chelsea Green has always been close to Michael Hayes. There was a point where Michael Hayes wanted to push her for the title like a couple of years ago, and everybody said she was not that Michael Hayes was nuts. Michael Hayes has been like her biggest supporter in the back. And he did tell her that you just keep doing what you're doing and one day you're going to be champion. And that's why she did it. And everybody thinks it's a tongue-in-cheek Freebird thing or whatever, but no, that's all it is. He was one of her biggest supporters in the booking room or whatever you want to call it. And, I don't know if everybody saw her at the level of like Charlotte Flair or Rhea Ripley or you know what I mean?
He seems to have a great eye for talent over the years, and he's somehow
Oba versus Jacob first, then Roman. There you go.
Yeah, but is that just going to be another monster versus monster match?
Well, who do you put Oba with?
That's the big question.
Brock kind of passed the torch.
Depth they used to have. And honestly, I wonder if that's a Vince not being there anymore and then pushing more corporate thinking on things. But you don't have that really solid mid card, then your upper half doesn't really. Yeah, I don't know. It's too much like UFC.
I mean, Oba. If I'm WWE, I make Oba go. If I'm WWE, I make Oba go away for a couple of months. He had his feud with Brock Lesnar. He goes away, and everybody's wondering. You watch Raw, you watch SmackDown, you wonder, where's Obafemi? Like, what happened to Obafemi? Is he injured? And everybody starts going nuts on the internet. Where's Obafemi? And then he shows up at Survivor Series, or maybe a couple weeks before Survivor Series to challenge for a title that he should have got at SummerSlam.
Or like the great thing, like I missed the original Survivor Series type match. Just come up with like a decent series and then bring him in as the last member of the team.
Yeah, they've announced him as number 1 contender for Roman, but I wouldn't rush to that match, Piranha. I mean, I really wouldn't. I wouldn't have that match at the very next pay-per-view, whatever that is. What? What are you saying? What to? What? All right.
What?
Whatever. I missed the comment because they're coming in too fast. Will Roman drop the title to go promote Street Fighter? If he does, he's doing it tonight on Raw. Because Roman did say at the beginning of the summer, Kurt, everybody's wondering, now that I have this championship, am I going to be around? I'm free all summer. Summer's over. SummerSlam is the end of summer for WWE. So, yeah.
And they need a couple weeks to build up that next contender. So, yeah.
He wouldn't. I'm not saying he would. I'm saying that, who do you put him with? If you don't put him with Roman, is my point. If you don't make him beat Roman tonight on Raw, then what do you do with Oba between now and that championship match?
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. You would kind of hold him back, not have him wrestle. Don't give that away for free, and just build up. You got to figure out something just to make it interesting, like whether or not he's out saving people, or just either totally disappears or like just mostly absent, and then jumps in at the right times. I don't know which way they should go.
Lance Marshall's used to be my least favorite referee. Now he's my least favorite referee. Lance Marshall's was supposed to be on here as our guest tonight, guys, but Kurt and I are here talking SummerSlam. Keep the comments and the questions going. If there's something at SummerSlam we haven't talked about yet and you want to talk about something from night one, bring it up. Also, Hillbilly Joe from Buzzard Roost, Mississippi, and his new tag team partner, Hillbilly Funk, will be here Sunday at 7 at my normal Around the Turnbuckle time slot. You don't want to miss that. Hillbilly Joe always has some great stories, and now he has a new tag team partner in the form of Hillbilly Funk. Live from Mississippi. Those guys will be on next week on Around the Turnbuckle on Sunday. Kurt.
I need to come back when there's a guest.
Who is the new? Go ahead. Go ahead.
But yeah,
you want to come back and talk to Hillbilly Joe?
Sure. I don't think I've met either.
You're always
so it's awesome.
You're always welcome. You're always welcome. All right, who is the new talent coming in? The list off of superstars are all ready for retirement, right? I mean, there's a bunch of guys in their 40s that. Kevin Owens, Seth's more towards the end than, Punk is more towards the end. Cody, I don't know. Cody's the youngest of that bunch. Who is the new talent coming in? I mean, right now you got Braun Breaker, Trick Williams, Oba Femi, Javon Evans. I could see him being like an Intercontinental Champion kind of guy. But as far as NXT goes, I haven't really paid much attention to NXT, to be honest. So I don't know. I haven't been studying up on the new talent coming in. But the current talent right there, those four guys right there, Oba, Trick, Javon Evans, Braun Breaker, and then you build from there. Tag teams, I think you should get the Lucha Brothers back together now that Penta don't have the Intercontinental title. I think you should get the Lucha Brothers. They're missing an opportunity there. You could have some great tag matches with the Lucha Brothers and the Usos or the Lucha Brothers and whatever tag team wants the Street Profits, or get some more tag teams. They don't give a damn about tag team wrestling. It's annoying.
Yes.
Thanks, buddy. You're only saying that because Dad's on, right?
I paid him a little extra.
That's a biased opinion. Yeah, that's a biased opinion. Did you up the allowance, Kurt? I mean, come on now. All right, so we talked a lot about night 2, so let's talk a little bit about night 1. And I went backwards on purpose because night 2 is more fresh in everybody's mind. But night 1, like I said, Cody versus Punk. I saw the highlights. I saw the way it ended. Randy Orton got involved there, so that's going to start a feud between Randy and Cody. So that keeps Cody out of the title picture for a while. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. What's up? What do you think?
Who do they even have to come after CM Punk?
Kevin Owens.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I mean, yeah. You jumped right into that. If I'm WWE,
Be back. Yep.
If I'm
No.
WWE, we have Oba versus Roman tonight. We have Kevin Owens in the face, not wrestling him, but in the face of CM Punk on SmackDown on Friday.
Nope. Yeah, no, that would be.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, they definitely have something going on there.
Did you see any of night one?
Bits and pieces of that, yes.
So what did you see? Did you see Hell in the Cell? Did you see Oba versus Brock?
No, it was before that. What was it? I'm trying to remember the matches. See, that's a bad thing. WWE just like is a blur to me anymore. It's just
The 6-man tag with LA Knight and Solo and Royce Keys versus the Usos and Jacob Fatu. I heard the best part of that match was when Solo ran it back. I don't understand. I don't understand how that's the best part of a wrestling match, but Gunther versus Nick Aldis. I gotta say, I saw Gunther versus Nick Aldis most of it, and Nick looked awesome.
Oh, that was the one. That was one of the ones I called. I was so happy for Nick Aldis. Like, just being a fan from the TNA days to finally see him hit WrestleMania. Son and Mickey coming in afterwards. I'm like, that was awesome. You know, they handled that so well.
Liv Morgan versus Io Sky was a really good match, but it was only like 10 freaking minutes.
And if you're splitting into 2 nights, why are you doing that to anyone on the card?
Right.
Like, it really should be, if we're doing 2 nights, people get at least 20 minutes to work.
I mean, was one of them hurt maybe? Like, the only thing I could think of is like one of them was barely able to go out there. So they're like, okay, we're going out there, but we can't go long. Like, we don't know that. I mean, Io took some crazy bumps the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, I'll turn it on. I'm usually more surprised by the women in WWE now than the men. It's just like they don't wrestle the women's style. They wrestle.
Take it. Like, well, okay. So speaking of women, the Bella Twins and Paige versus Fatal Influence. Fatal Influence got the win, but the Bellas turned on Paige. We knew that was going to happen because the Bellas came back and nobody cared.
Yes.
But they still love Paige.
Now.
Right.
Like, I love Paige and all, but I still don't care about that feud. It's just it's
AJ Styles' last match in WWE was Gunther, and his last match in TNA was Magnus, aka Nick Alta. Interesting. So that's a 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon thing right there, where AJ Styles' last match in WWE was Gunther, and his last match in TNA was Magnus, aka Nick Aldis. That's a fun fact.
Oh yeah. Like him and still Motor City Machine Guns. I know they're gone now, but it was always surprising. Like the TNA, like those TNA guys finally got their shot in WWE. And it was so past their prime, but they still performed so well. Like both the Motor City Machine Guns when they were in WWE and Nick Aldis, they showed that they belonged. Like anyone who tries to trash TNA back in the day, sorry, they were some of the best wrestlers there was.
Have you seen did you see the Dark Side of the Ring on TNA?
I have not yet. I saw clips of it, but I do want to watch that. Yeah.
You can go right on YouTube. It's right on YouTube. Just search Dark Side of the Ring, TNA, Jeff Jarrett, and it's a 3-parter. Each part is like 45 minutes, and it's great. It's really great stuff.
See, I was always a TNA supporter. Just when there's just one company, it's always the worst thing for the business long term.
That's why I want AEW.
Yeah.
That's why I want AEW to succeed, but AEW keeps pissing me off.
Yeah. Yeah, like I have not been as big of a fan over like the last 2 years. I know I told Des that Dynasty in Philly or whatever it was, but it was okay. It really, they started losing their people. Like, they weren't pushing the same people. A lot of the originals were gone. The storylines were blah. Honestly, I think Tony Khan's taken on too much work with that in Ring of Honor. He needs to really just focus on TNA for a while.
Right. Do we like the past few years wrestlers that have been out for months or a year and they come back and they win right away? No. But the thing is, like, big stars like Brock or Roman or who else does that? Who goes away for a while and then comes back and wrestles? Those are the first two that come to my mind, right? Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. So, but when you're under these contracts with WWE, they have them worked where they only have a certain amount of appearances, and that number can be 5, that number can be 10. You don't know what that number is. CM Punk's number of appearances might be 20 or 25. Back in the day, they used to wrestle 300 times a year. They're trying to stretch out careers by having them wrestle less, but not too seldom, so that they're more prone to injury. Yet, people are getting injured all the time. Why are they trying Corbin again? I think, Piranha, I think that the reason is simple. He has a big fan in the back, and his name is Paul Levesque.
But he's not a bad wrestler, especially since he shaved the head. Like that.
I love Corbin.
When he started, but him with the bald head, I'm like, okay, the comb over look never worked for him, but like that look, it worked for him. I wish he had started with that. I think they could have gone farther with him, and he's decent in the ring. I'm not gonna say he's like one of the masters, but he's learned to work the crowds.
I have been on the Baron Corbin bandwagon since he was the lone wolf in NXT. Sorry, but I'm serious. Like, I'm so glad and happy to see him back. And I know I'm the minor opinion on that, but one last thing, man, because we've given Lance Marshall's 30 minutes to chime in here and he hasn't. So Lance Marshall's, you are welcome to come back. But I might punish you, and it might be a couple months from now. All right. Anyway, so WWE Radio launched on August the 1st. Have you heard about it? It's on Satellite XM Radio. It's channel 156, and they have all these podcasts. They have Busted Open with Bubba Ray. They have Cody's podcast, Undertaker's podcast, Stephanie's podcast, and then they also have live radio commentary like you would a sport during Raw, SmackDown, and all the PLEs. So, and that comes with it. You don't have to buy the PLE to listen to it. You're just listening to it. What do you think of Radio WWE?
It's third attempt. You had WWE Radio back in the day. They would be on various syndicated shows. And then you had WCW do those audio pay-per-views. They did 3 or 4 of those that are now lost to time, apparently. As long as it's archived, and I'm actually kind of glad it's kind of getting squeezed into one location, but I really hope they expand beyond just WWE. Like,
they reached out to Cornette,
Oh, God.
They reached out to Cornette because Cornette's got a following of 300, 400,000 subscribers or whatever. And so they're like, yeah, you're welcome to join Radio WD. And he's like, no, because he wants to be able to talk about whatever he wants to be able to talk about, not what they want him to talk about. Also, he likes talking about AEW. He doesn't like to admit it, but he likes talking about AEW. And he can't do that if he's on a WWE radio show.
Yeah. See, that's where not being Vince might come back and work for them because TKO doesn't necessarily thinks the same way that he did. It's part of the reason I was surprised Rock lost. But it could also mean with something like this where they could actually expand it and give them more freedom. Like have a show or two that's flat out, you can talk about all of wrestling. Talk about New Japan, talk about AEW, talk about WWE. But, if they had one or two shows like that on their network, I would see it being a bigger success than just being, we're going to be WWE centric constantly, because most fans aren't only WWE. I like WWE. I like AEW. I love the smaller guys. I definitely enjoy those shows much more than the big ones.
So the way it goes for me is I love wrestling, right? So I get my wrestling fix with going to the monthly shows down in Quakertown, but I pay attention to what's going on in both WWE and AEW, but I don't necessarily watch Raw or SmackDown from start to finish, and I definitely don't watch Dynamite from start to finish. But like sometimes my son will come down and he'll, want to watch the AEW pay-per-view. So if he's paying for it, by all means, I'll watch it. The WWE pay-per-views, PLEs, he doesn't really care about as much as he used to. I remember we used to get together for those. Definitely WrestleMania. We get together for WrestleMania, but like we used to get together for all of them, and we don't do that anymore. The Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. Those are the two I can't miss. Yes. Everybody's ready for some football, Chris.
But
go Eagles.
Royal Rumble and WrestleMania are two that I will watch no matter what.
Right.
And every other pay-per-view I can miss, but I need to see those two each year.
I do like War Games now that Survivor Series has kind of become that, like War Games. That was a Dusty concept, and it's kind of cool that they're carrying that on. And like, Cody's usually involved the last couple years anyway, so it's kind of like replaying in my head, man. If you guys are younger crowd out there and have not seen the old War Games, and you have Netflix, I know that Netflix has a lot of the older stuff that Peacock used to have. You could probably find it on there. You could probably find some WCW War Games. Check them out with back in the day with the Horsemen and Dusty Rhodes and all that stuff. It was some crazy stuff. I try my best to keep updated on all things wrestling. Yeah, and that's what we're talking about. But speaking of all things wrestling, Kurt, Lance Marshals was supposed to be on this show, and he is not. So Lance Marshals, you're fired. Hillbilly Joe and Hillbilly Funk will be here on Sunday at 7 on this channel. Like, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff to Around the Turnbuckle. I only grow as our community grows. If you are interested in being a guest, let me know. Just send me a message. And if you are interested in being a guest co-host, like my buddy here, do that too. But Kurt and I are going to get out of here. I'm going to go watch the Phillies. They just made some trades. The baseball season's not over anyway. Great show. Thank you for everyone for getting together to talk a little wrestling. Absolutely. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, kids. Thanks, Retro Vibes. Thanks, Wes and Desmond. Thank you guys for all chiming in. Like you guys, thank you for supporting Dad tonight on Around the Turnbuckle. And Lance Marshals, you suck. Mom, thanks for tuning in. And Kurt and I will be in Quakertown on August the 22nd. Kurt will be filming all the action. I'll be calling all the action with the professor. And God knows what Wyndham James Winthrop III might do next. We'll be right. But Kurt and I will be in Quakertown with the professor in Quakertown on August the 22nd, Saturday, August the 22nd. So mark that on your calendar. Get your tickets online or call the phone number on their Facebook page, or show up at the door. It's $20 at the door, and you'll see a great wrestling show as 3WA usually provides. Kurt, you got any last minute, insults towards your buddy Lance Marshalls?
No, it's just what we've come to expect from him. So he'll wonder him later and be like, "Where is everyone?" So
No, he'll say, "Oh shit! I thought we were doing it at 7."
Oh yeah. Well,
all right.
We'll have to reschedule the 7 on Sunday because it's what he remembers.
It's 1, 2, 3. And with that, Kurt and I are signing off. This has been Around the Turnbuckle. And we hope to see you guys next.
You think you know me?
Oh yeah! If you smile! Calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.